Could these strange races on Earth really be descendants of aliens? Even though our current wave of human civilization has existed for thousands of years, there are still many places on Earth we've never truly reached, such as the deep ocean and the Earth's core. According to conservative estimates, there are still tens of thousands of caves on Earth that remain unexplored. Today, let's talk about a few sites discovered in hidden corners of the planet that are suspected to be relics of alien civilizations. Let me state up front, these are basically urban legends. Don't take them too seriously. In 1988, in a mountainous area near São Paulo, Brazil, an archaeologist named Jorge Dizanlu led a team of 20 students on an expedition to search for ancient artifacts. One student accidentally slipped and fell straight into a bottomless cave. Coincidentally, the cave was extremely well hidden. If he hadn't fallen in, no one might have noticed it at all. When the others saw what happened, they immediately went down to rescue him. Luckily, he wasn't seriously injured, but everyone was shocked to discover that the cave below was enormous, almost like an underground city. They said they found a huge sealed chamber inside, filled with piles of ceramic vessels and even jewelry. They also discovered some humanoid skeletons. These skeletons were about 1.2 meters tall, with very large skulls, eyes set much closer together than normal, giving them a slightly cross-eyed look. Each hand had only 2 fingers, and the feet had 3 toes. They looked very much like the little gray aliens we've talked about before. The team later claimed they also found objects that looked like communication devices. After dating these items, the results showed they were about 6,000 years old. That would place them in the era of the Sumerian civilization on Earth. Having communication devices at that time, combined with their appearance, led Brazilian archaeologists to speculate that these objects were probably not made by humans, but the remains of a site once inhabited by aliens. The mystery is what happened to these so-called aliens. How did they end up trapped here? It feels like they couldn't get out and kept sending signals asking for rescue, but in the end, no one came. Otherwise, they wouldn't have all died there. And this isn't the only story about alleged alien ruins on Earth. It's said that in 1935, in the deep mountains of Tibet in China, 2 very strange tribes were discovered. They called themselves the Dropa and the Kamba. Their lifestyle was mainly hunting and herding, very primitive. In their culture, their homeland was not on Earth, but came from the distant stars. Outside their villages were several caves they considered sacred. In these caves, scientists reportedly discovered hundreds of humanoid skeletons less than 1 meter tall, along with 716 stone discs engraved with symbols. The inscriptions allegedly said their spacecraft had malfunctioned, forcing them to remain on Earth permanently. Over time, the physical structures of these 2 races were gradually assimilated by Earth's environment, and their level of civilization declined, eventually becoming what they are today. It's also said that in the caves, archaeologists found metal fragments dating back 12,000 years, far earlier than metal was believed to appear in Tibet. So if everything in the caves were real, one could suspect that as early as 12,000 years ago, a highly advanced civilization already existed in Tibet, possibly from another star system. But this legend is full of holes. Another story says that in April 1987, Swedish scientist Hjalmar Winslow and others discovered a strange village while conducting research in the rainforests of eastern Zaire. The villagers claimed they were Martians. They even showed Winslow the remains of the spacecraft they supposedly arrived in. They said they came to Earth to escape a plague spreading on Mars, and in 1812 were forced to flee here by spaceship. According to them, 25 Martians came to Earth, but by now, 22 had died, leaving only 3 survivors. When the scientists found the village, there were more than 50 people there, supposedly descended from those 3 survivors. Winslow also noticed that almost everything in the village was circular. These people loved round shapes. Their homes, furnishings, and even their personal ornaments were all circular. It's said that their Martian civilization was once highly advanced, capable of landing freely on the sun, and they preserved detailed maps of it. There's also the Dogon tribe in Mali, Africa. This tribe is pretty primitive, with no written language. Many people still live in caves, living extremely poor lives. In the 1920s, Grial and Ditterland learned something astonishing from a senior Dogon priest. The Dogon knew that next to Sirius, there was another star-like object. They called it Po-Tolo, meaning small seed. They said this object had enormous mass and was white in color. Some of them could even accurately draw the elliptical orbit between Sirius and Po-Tolo. Coincidentally, astronomers had indeed observed such an object in 1862, naming it Sirius B, a white dwarf star with extremely high density. In 1970, the first photograph of it was taken, and its orbit and appearance matched the tribe's descriptions quite well. We can talk about white dwarfs in detail another time, but simply put, they are the remains of medium-sized stars after they die. Stars have life cycles too. When their energy runs out, their outer layers disperse into space, leaving only the stellar core. At that point, the density becomes extremely high, and no more nuclear reactions occur. The remaining heat slowly dissipates until the star eventually fades away. So how did these primitive Dogon people, living in caves, obtain knowledge about Sirius? According to them, they too arrived on Earth in flying machines, just like the previous stories, became stranded, and gradually assimilated by Earth's environment. From this perspective, Earth seems to have a very strong assimilating power, strong enough to turn even aliens into primitive tribes. Another explanation is that beings from Sirius once visited the Dogon and shared advanced knowledge with their ancestors, helping them build civilization and technology. The Dogon also say there is a third star in the Sirius system called Emma-Ya, but so far, astronomers haven't discovered it. If one day a third star were confirmed, then the tribe's mystery would deepen even further. Or maybe their primitiveness is just an act. Once the experts and reporters leave, they pull out their phones and surf the internet. But honestly, these urban legends don't sound very real. They're full of contradictions. If discoveries this shocking had really happened, no country or media outlet could truly keep them secret, because secrecy ultimately depends on people, and wherever people exist, leaks are inevitable. As for how humans came to exist, whether through evolution or divine creation, neither theory has fully convinced anyone. But one thing I believe is unchanging: humanity's appearance on Earth was destined, not random. Regardless of whether these stories are true or false, throughout human history, the idea of aliens has always accompanied us. So, in a conceptual sense, aliens already exist. They've become part of human history. As for whether one day our civilizations will collide in this three-dimensional space, I don't know, but I think it will happen. All right, thanks for watching this Bin Explores. See you next time.